with women, being nonchalant is always the best way to go. It is always your best option because being nonchalant, it goes against everything men have been taught. It goes against everything that was programmed into men. And what were men programmed to do? They were programmed to relentlessly go after a chick, right? They were programmed to be relentless. If a chick is like, "Hey, look, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it, right? Not this week. Can't hang out this week. I'm not feeling it." And what does the guy do? He goes into overdrive. He goes even harder. He's like, "Well, hey, look, I really want to see you, right? Like, I really want to see you. Well, what's going on? Is everything okay?" She'll be like, "Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Everything okay, blah, blah, blah." And I'm just chilling. And then he'll be like, "Okay." Next day comes around. "Hey, do you feel better? Can you go out now? Hey, you haven't answered my text. Is everything okay?" This is what most guys do. This is like 90% of the male population because we all have to take accountability as men, right? We gotta look at start with the man in the mirror first. Shout out Michael Jackson. Shout out MJ. But at the same time, a lot of guys do not. They forgive them for they do not know, right? Because they've been programmed to just be relentless when going after a chick. They think in their head that trying to force something is the way to go. You cannot force anyone to do anything. The worst thing you can do is trying to force someone to like you. That will drive a person, especially a woman, away faster than you can fucking blink. Me personally, as a grown ass man, there is nothing worse than someone trying to fucking smother me. There is nothing worse than somebody trying to force communication, force you know what I'm saying, force some kind of interaction, or force some kind of friendship, or force anything, or tell me to. I don't even look when I'm doing my job. I don't even like my managers or bosses to tell me anything. I know it sounds like, okay, well, hey, you're work. I'm just that type of guy, right? So me as a grown man, I do not like being forced for shit. Same way with young ladies, bro. Especially with them. If they do not want to spend time with you, it is okay. Trying to force it makes things 20 times worse. If she's not feeling it that week, and guys, look, you have to understand, don't take it personal, right? Let's say you've been let me throw out a scenario. Let's say you've been doing everything right? Let's say you've been hanging out with this young lady. You've been hanging out, you guys have a great time. You're beating it out the box, right? She's coming two times in a row and all that good stuff, and she just can't keep her hands off you. When you guys had a good little night, whether you went out somewhere or whether you just kept it indoors on some Netflix type of stuff, right? You've been doing all of that, and a week, she's like, "Yeah, look, I'm gonna just fall back," because and a lot of guys automatically go to, "Oh, it must be another guy." Hey, look, I'm gonna keep it funky with y'all. If you guys are not exclusive, just know she's seeing other guys, right? Just know she's talking, and not necessarily she's smashing. She could be smashing somebody else too. But if you are the type of guy that's laid back, nonchalant, aka you're masculine, right? You're not all up on her clit. You ain't trying to force anything. You're not being super emotional. You're not being all lovey-dovey and my queen, my gorgeous, I want to see you every second of the day. If you ain't doing all of that, trust me, bro, you're gonna be hurt. You're the one that's gonna be on her mind 24/7 because you're nonchalant. You're nonchalant, meaning she sees you have self-control, meaning she sees that you don't particularly need her like that. And I know it's counter intuitive from what you've been taught. I know it's counterintuitive that being nonchalant and showing that you're emotionally stable and you love her company, right? You love her caress, you love her touch, you love her soft voice, her soft skin, but you're cool. You're just as cool if you do without for a little time, right? But young ladies, like I was saying, it doesn't matter how great it is. Sometimes they're just going to want to be alone, or they're just going to want to hang out with their friends or their family. Or, hey, look, unfortunately, this is a grim side, right? Unfortunately, this is a grim side. They're going to want to go on a date with some other dude, right? They're going to want to go on a date and let him spend some guap on her and, all this good stuff. But like I said, look, I don't want to put that grim part, because this is what guys are going to fucking focus on. I'm going to say all this shit and this one little piece of info. That's the whole comment section is going to be filled with that. I understand. It's frustrating. I understand. But like I said, it's not always a guy. It's just that, hey, look, sometimes a woman she kind of, as sad to say it, she kind of gets used to you. And women's emotions are fluctuating like crazy. Their hormones. Look, I've been seeing this since I was a child with my mama. Love my mama to death. She would cancel on her friends last fucking minute. She would cancel on her friends last minute because she didn't feel like it. I would literally hear her say, I just don't feel like it. I'm tired. And bam, she'd be like, hey, look, I can't come out today. She did it so many times. This is the same way with women that you are dealing with. They just kind of, I don't care how alpha, I don't care if you're Johnson is beating her out the frame, right? Of course, she's going to be wanting that. But sometimes she's going to want to take a step back, because emotions are always going to override everything with females. And sometimes she just wants to take she just wants a little space, right? She just wants you to, just a little bit. She's gotten too, like Corey Wayne, right? I always be mentioning the two people I follow is Ron Wills and Corey Wayne. Good little balance, right? They good little balance, right? But like Corey Wayne says, sometimes women get comfortable with you and they fall back. Oh, not this week, baby. You know what I'm saying? They might tell you, hey, boo, not this week. By you being nonchalant, by you just being look, hey, look, I get it, right? Just let me know when you're free. By you doing that, it's going to do two things. It's like a double whammy. The first thing it's going to do is it's going to give her that time and space away from you, which is you're going to occupy. This is how you occupy her mind, is by giving her a little bit of space. Fellas, women need to think about you, right? Their mind and emotions need to get with each other. Their mind and emotions need to correlate with each other and start and be like, hey, she's thinking about you. Now her emotions are rising for you. She was like, I was kind of bored of him, but now, man, I just can't stop thinking about him, because that space is so powerful. That space that you give them is powerful. It is a secret formula, time and space, right? So it's going to give her that time to think about you. Second, what it does is shows her that you're comfortable, because she's all over the place. She needs someone to counterbalance that. If you're all over the place, if you start tripping, if you start getting all over emotional, oh, what's wrong? You don't want to see me? I thought we had something special. I'll never forget this, fellas. I will never forget this. One time, a young lady I was dealing with, right? We had a little situationship going on, or whatever you want to call it. She showed me a text message of this guy saying, I thought we had something special. Why aren't you, what's wrong? Why aren't you, basically being like, why aren't you answering my calls? I thought we had something special. That right there is going to get you, boy, what? Ooh, you out of there. You are out of there because you're acting just like how she would act. Now, when you show her that you nonchalant, when you show her that, hey, you kind of falling back, you're not too pressed about her, you got your own life, it's gonna show her that, hey, look, this guy, he's cool when he's with me, but he's also just as fine when he's not. He's fine without me, right? And this is the main message that you want to send out, is that you love her company, you love her soft caress, you love her soft voice, you love her soft body, soft everything, okay? But you don't necessarily need it, okay? You cool with it, you love when it's there, but you also cool when it's not there, because like I said, trying to force something is going to get you. That's what smothering is, fellas. That's exactly what smothering behavior is. It's trying to force somebody to do something. It's trying to force somebody to like you, trying to force intimacy, trying to force anything. You cannot force in this life, especially when you dealing with other human beings. You can't force them to do a damn thing. You cannot force anyone to do anything, especially when you're dealing with a young lady, bro. You can't look, bro, trying to force a woman to do something for you or to like you, bro, look, I'm telling you now, I'm telling you this now, good luck, because she'll do it for the meantime. Trust and believe she's gonna resent you. Trust and believe she is gonna be like, you know what, if like, it's like this, fellas, with a child. The more you try to force them to do something, the more they're gonna rebel. Not saying that you just a pushover and you let your kids do anything, right? Because kids are a different dynamic, right? But the more you try to force a kid to do something, the more rebellious. Same thing with a female. The more you try to force her company, the more rebellious she's gonna be towards you. The more she's gonna give you these flaky answers, the more she's gonna distance herself from you, the more she's gonna kind of start ghosting you, right? The more she's gonna start doing that type of shit. And by you being nonchalant, by you going against everything you've been taught by this mainstream narrative of being thirsty, right? The more you just kind of fall back, the more you fall back and give her some time and space. It's counterintuitive. This is how all those other dudes she's talking to, all those other females, right? Hey, look, a lot of these chicks be talking to, my girl got a girlfriend type of shit, right? But whoever, all of them that are gonna be blowing her phone up, she gonna be thinking about you, because you just falling back. You're falling back. You're giving her freedom. You're giving her a chance to get her emotion. She's gonna be, her mind is gonna be consumed by you. Because first of all, she's not used to that. She's used to guys blowing her shit up every single day. She used to guys just at her beckoning, at her knees, at her feet. That's what she's used to. When you come around, she's gonna be like, dang, this guy, he like, every time I tell him something, he like, all right, cool, whatever, right? You will notice when you are nonchalant, women will try so much harder to gain your approval. They will try so much harder to gain your approval, because that's just the natural dynamic of things. A man should not be over. Leave that to her. And for my fellas out there that know this dynamic, you will notice when you're nonchalant, a woman is going to try even harder for your validation, because this is the natural order of things. Women are natural validation seekers, and they will try to get your validation. This is just the natural order. You could argue with me. Every time I do these type of videos, I'm gonna get a chick in the comment section. Oh yeah, but he has to do this. We're not talking about that right now. I'm telling what a man's supposed to do. He's supposed to be nonchalant. Anything other than that, and I'm not, when I say nonchalant, I don't mean he's a heartless bastard. I don't mean that at all. I don't mean he's just a heartless, just doesn't care about you, just ignores your feelings. Ladies, don't take what I say and twist it into something negative. Of course, a man should, if he's dealing with you, of course he needs to have a level of humility, but he's also not gonna try to force anything. Ladies, don't expect. Look, I'm going off on a slight tangent here, but a lot of men are starting to say, hey, look, I'm not going these extra miles and shit, right? Either you with me or you not. Anyway, I hope this video helped. Peace.